Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. That was what I am. Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Today we're challenging the status quo and diving headfirst into the untold tales of its downsides. Is this game truly as flawless as its praises would suggest? Join us as we uncover... Join us as we fearlessly explore the shadows beneath the surface and uncover the hidden flaws that may have slipped through the cracks. It's time to separate fact from fiction and see if Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is truly an untarnished masterpiece. Okay, so ChatGPT made that intro or that hook. If it works, tell me. I don't think it worked, but I tried. Greetings, gamers. We are here. Man, we are here. All right, before I continue, let me just explain. We've all heard these raving reviews and all the love for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And we love the game too. We've played like 100+ hours, I think. Should be something like that. And we've never heard anything bad about the game. At least not like mainstream. There's no hate. So we got kind of curious. We're not bitter people that we're just looking for criticism. But we just wanted to see, are there anything that the game or like fans of the franchise, is there anything that people don't like? So we delved into the treasure trove of the internet, Reddit, just to see if anyone had something bad to say about the game. What's your opinion of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom? That will have you like this. So let's see what people are saying. And if you stay to the end of this video, I'm going to show you something that you don't want to miss. So first off, what we found is that the fuse mechanic is something that many people seem to think is silly. I kind of love the fuse mechanic, or yes, many people love the fuse mechanic, but what people are most frustrated about is the fact that it looks silly to fuse some things to weapons, which I can kind of understand. To fuse a big rock to the end of your sharp sword makes kind of no sense at all. I mean, the game isn't making much of an effort to be a serious game to begin with, if you look at the monsters and also the outfits of some of the NPCs in the game. And another thing about the fuse mechanic is that people seem to think it's kind of weird that monsters have fused items on their weapons too. And I kind of get that. It's supposed to be an ultra hand ability, and when the monsters are walking around with the things fused to their items as well, like how did you fuse that? Where's your ultra hand? So yeah, I get that too, but I guess they could have just been inspired by Link and fused, or like duct tape something to their weapon. I don't see any duct tape, but you get the point. But yeah, it's kind of weird that all of a sudden monsters are walking around with cooked bass fused to their weapon. Like, what are you trying to apply some kind of poison damage with the stench of the rotten cooked bass? I don't know. Another thing that people seem to be kind of frustrated about or unhappy about is the fact that there's a lot of grinding going on in the game. I've been kind of upset about that too, because I don't have a lot of hours to play every day. So as I said in my last video, the duplication video, I don't have a lot of time to play. So when I play, I don't want to spend my time running around grinding for stuff in the game. But I can see that some people like that too. Like, you need some kind of an effort to have progression in the game. I mean, there are arrows, you have the Zonite, and you have like the bomb flowers usually run out for me, and that's about it. Yeah, rupees, of course. You always need money, but I fixed that with the duplication video. So if you want to watch that, go ahead and do that.
I do it by drop shipping rocks from Goron City.
That in the combination with the fact that people don't seem to be too inclined from the comments to jump into the depths, that's kind of a bad combo, since you need the Zonite to get to the depths, and or the other way around, you need to get to the depths to get Zonite, and then you also need the Zonite to increase the battery capacity, and then you also need the Zonite to build things so that you can use the battery capacity that you extended. Yeah, you get the point. And then you need to do all that stuff without being able to see further than your nose. Or that's kind of what some people didn't like about the depths, I guess. It's all dark down there. Who likes to go there? I don't like darkness. And activating the light roots usually don't help that much. There's usually just a little area that lights up, and it's not even lit up enough anyway. So I get why people don't like the depths, but there's a lot of cool stuff to find down there. So a little tip here is that the depths can actually be read a bit by the ground level map. If you just go up to the ground level map, you can see that where there are lakes, there will be walls in the depths, and where there are shrines, there will be light routes. You can kind of navigate according to that. Just a little tip for you. Moving on from the depths to the sky, people don't seem to be that happy about the amount of content that is in the sky. Or I mean, at least the fact that a lot of the sky islands are like a copy paste, you could say. You have the occasional construct that you run into, and you have a lot of cool islands that you want to get to, but when you get there, it's usually just the same thing that you found on a previous island. Like it's a device dispenser, a shrine, and a construct, and the island look almost the same. There are a few puzzles up there that you can figure out, but in general, people don't seem to like the amount of content. Like since the game was like the big selling point of the game was sky islands, or Link is sitting on the sky island on the cover of the game, so people were expecting more, I guess. I think they made the sky for, or in my opinion, my humble opinion, I think they made the skies more like somewhere that you can jump from to see more like the points of interest where you might want to go next, or that's my experience at least, because maybe you wouldn't have seen this stuff from the ground, or never like explored or reflected over some of this stuff. The dragon tier lineouts that you see from the sky when you jump, maybe you would never reflected over that if you just were on the ground all the time. Or like a circle of water lilies leaves that you, when you dive through them, they reveal a Korok. You get a lot of content, like you could say indirectly out of the sky islands being up there, and you can see more down from them. You can see caves, you can see lakes and cool something that looks out of place or something like that. I think that's more the what they were going for with the sky islands. But I get why people expected more from the sky islands, or more content, I guess. But speaking of the dragon tiers, which I guess are the tiers of the kingdom, these tiers and the sage's secret stones seem to have a lot of people confused, me included. I was really confused about this, because since the secret, or to begin with, people seem to think the name secret stone is really silly. I didn't reflect over it like that, but I guess it's kind of silly. I think someone said something like, it sounds like a toddler had a secret stone collection somewhere. Which I can understand. Yeah, it kind of sounds kind of silly when I think about it. So basically, why are they called secret stones? Are the secret stones the tears of the kingdom, since they're shaped like tears? And the sages are wearing them, and the sages are kind of the main point of the story. Why are the Dragon Tears cinematics not showing up in a chronological order? There were actually a few people who were upset about this, because when you progress through the game and you view these cinematics out of order, you can be unlucky and you find something that's supposed to be found later on in the game, kind of early, and then you know exactly what's going on, and everyone else around you is just confused. I mean, Link should know what's going on from viewing that cinematic or viewing that memory, but he's not telling anyone, and they're all just confused. So I guess that doesn't make a lot of sense that they didn't put them in order. And if you didn't watch the Dragon Tear cinematics and you just happened to stumble upon the Master Sword impaled to the Light Dragon's head, and you were like, why is this here? I guess there's a lot of things to be confused about with the story in the game if you're not playing it correctly, but there's no way to play it correctly. I guess you could follow the statues, or obviously there's some kind of a hint to how to play it correctly, but it's not obvious. And if you're not like invested in the game or the franchise, you could be really confused when you're walking around finding tears everywhere and viewing cinematics in different orders and stuff like that. And then there's the usual complaint about the Master Sword not being unbreakable. I guess it's kind of unbreakable since it reincarnates all the time. But I guess people don't like that version of unbreakable. They want to have the sword all the time, so they don't have to wait for it to respawn. I don't even know how it respawns, so if someone knows, please tell me. Is it when I sleep? Is it when there's a blood moon? I don't know. So please tell me if you know in the comments. So maybe we looked in the wrong spot, but we didn't seem to find much of the hate. These are all small things that doesn't weigh too much if you look at it from the bigger picture. Like the game as a whole is so good that these small things, they don't really matter. We didn't find the huge criticism that we looked for. That's weird to say because it sounds like we're looking for something bad. But we were just curious because there's always haters, and we didn't seem to find them anywhere. So we ourselves had a lot of problems with the controllers, or the learning the controllers in the game, and the fact that we couldn't change them to what we wanted them to be. Now we wonder, what are your opinions about Zelda Tears of the Kingdom that will have you like this? It doesn't need to be criticism, it could just be some kind of a unpopular opinion that you have, like, I don't know. As long as you don't say that you like Koroks or that you love Koroks, because then I will have to remove your comment for being offensive. We don't love Koroks. They give us shit, and they should be tortured. Alright guys, so make sure to like and subscribe, because in the next video we will be, as a thank you for all of our new supporters, we will be giving away something, and you will just have to see the next video what you need to do to maybe be the lucky winner of this thing that we're giving away. Can't say too much. I'm not supposed to say anything, so yeah, but like and subscribe and watch out for that next video, and I will see you guys